Protesters in South Africa have barricaded roads in the capital, Pretoria, following the death of an ANC member on Sunday. The protests continued after the ANC named a mayoral candidate not nominated by the ruling party's regional branches. The ANC named senior party member and former cabinet minister Thoko Didiza as its candidate for Tshwane, saying that it made the decision after wrangling between members at the party's headquarters over who should lead the municipality. Residents want the incumbent mayor, Kgosientso Ramokgopa, to be allowed to run on the ANC ticket. However, Ramokgopa is reportedly backing Didiza's selection and has called for calm.
ANC is facing a serious crisis. One is a crisis of factionalism. Two is a crisis of corruption. And three is a crisis of lack of credible leadership. The members of the ANC belonging to these two factions don't see eye to eye. And there is no one in the city who can reconcile the two. Secondly, members who belong to these two different factions, they hope that if their candidate becomes mayor, they will extract material benefit from that. That is corruption. Thirdly, there is no credible leadership at the national level of the ANC, which is why the candidate that the national leadership of the ANC has imposed on Pretoria has not been accepted by members of the ANC in Pretoria, which is why we see the unrest throughout the city. It is too early to tell whether or not the police have managed to contain the situation, because we have observed that the protesters are more active at night. So during the day, it appears that there is peace. But at night, violence resumes. So we will be able to tell tonight as to whether the police have succeeded or not.
And Angelo Coppola is now joining me on the line from Pretoria. Angelo, what is the situation currently on the ground?
I'm standing in Mamelodi on the main road, Hunt Stadium Road, coming into the area, and looks like there might be a standoff developing here. The community are being approached by a bunch of SAPS armored vehicles, and they're firming up their support right now. It looks like there might be a small confrontation happening here if those rifles, as they're called, actually drive through. The road's been blockaded for about 2-3 kilometers all the way back to the main highway, and it seems like it is a lull before the storm, because this group of people that I've been chatting to here are extremely angry. They're angry that mayoral candidate was parachuted in by the ANC regional office, and they want, if they don't get their mayor back, they're actually not going to vote. And that's the chanting that I'm hearing in the background. No Scooter, no vote. No Scooter, no vote. So it's going to get a little bit tense in the next 5 to 10 minutes as we stand right now, Beatrice.
All right, Angelo Coppola, we'll leave it there for the moment, and I'll now cross over to Johannesburg, where Sumitra Naidu is standing by for us there. Sumitra, there's been quite a bit of unrest over those mayoral elections there. What has the ANC, though, have to say about the unrest itself?
Well, the ANC has basically distanced itself from all of the violence that has erupted in the area. I heard the current mayor, Gwen Ramokgopa, saying this morning that this is really criminal thuggery, and you know, there are people on the ground that are inciting this kind of violence, and they have called for calm, and they're trying to actually get to the bottom of what actually is happening there, but they do believe that it is complete criminal thuggery, and they're distancing themselves from the situation. Well,
Sumitra, tell us a bit more about the tension, though. Are other areas as well experiencing the tensions, or is that just confined to the capital?
Well, it does seem like well, of course, there's a lot of tension in that area, but it does seem like it's brewing in other areas as well. We're hearing reports of violence and rioting in other townships around Johannesburg and in other parts of the country. And as you know, this started over the weekend. And this has all got to do with the ANC mayoral lists and a part of their campaigning and the lists that need to go towards the IEC. And of course, this started over the weekend. One person was killed, and then this just erupted into a full scale of violence overnight. And of course, it's continuing today. We can't seem to get any clear picture or any clear confirmation from the people on the ground, because they really, they seem to be so angry and there seems to be a lot of rage amongst them. They're not talking to anybody. They are reluctant to talk to journalists as well. So we're not really getting any confirmation from them as to why exactly they are fighting. Some of the reports suggest that it's really got to do with this list. They're not happy with the person that has been put forward for the new mayor of Tshwane, Thoko Didiza. We haven't heard anything from her as yet. As I said, the ANC has come out and said that they distance themselves from the situation. They think it's criminal elements, but it is, we are seeing a lot more action, a lot more of this kind of violence erupting in other townships around the country. There's been extra police deployments in the Tshwane area, but it seems like it's very hard for the police to control them at this point. So it's really unfolding as we speak. ANC senior leadership has said that they will go out and visit the affected areas, but that's basically all they've said, and we'll obviously wait to see when they actually get on the ground, what kind of reception they're also going to receive once they arrive in these areas.
Right, Sumitra Naidu, following the developments for us there from Johannesburg.